Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Shooter Zone. Today I'm bringing you the AirJavelin from Umarex, and this AirJavelin is CO2 powered. My last video that I made, I brought you the 850 M2, which was also another CO2 powered rifle. This is Umarex's arrow gun, and it shoots arrows at about 300 feet per second and delivers roughly about 34 foot-pounds of energy with these stock arrows. Today I brought again the 212 gram CO2 adapter from Umarex, a must-have for these guns, and mounted on it an Axion 30 millimeter red dot scope with 11 points of adjustment for brightness. This scope is perfect for this AirJavelin. So today I want to talk about this a little bit. Again, it's an excellent gun for not only target practice, but also for small game. And at 34 foot-pounds of energy, that's a little bit more than my Origin delivers, so no problem with small game whatsoever. Probably up to coyote, something like that even. Small feral pigs, good possibility, but I don't know if I'd go that far with it or not. I'm going to do some testing with this air gun here over the next few weeks and try out some heavier arrows and see if I can get the feet per second to stay constant at about 300. This way it brings up the FPE, which will give us a little bit larger game to get with it. But today I wanted just to show you roughly how it works. So we have a cocking lever here, which we used to actually deliver the gas into the port. Safety on and off here, and under here is where we actually put the 212G capsules. Now I do this a little bit differently, I think, than everybody else. Most people, I think, charge the 212 gram capsules before they insert it. I don't do that. The reason why I don't do that is it becomes very difficult to screw in if you charge it before you insert it. So I suggest screwing it all the way in first, and then at the end there's a little lever here in which you turn, and you'll hear the capsules charge once you get it tightened down far enough. I think that's the best way to do it. And let's do that. I'm going to move this box out of the way here, and we're going to screw this in and charge this. Now CO2 does have some limitations, especially with cold weather. Today I think it's running about 60 degrees, which is a little bit cool for this. And when it gets a little bit cool, the feet per second will drop some on the gun. Last time I ran this through the Crony, I think we're running about 230 feet per second because of the cooler air. Some people use small hand warmers to wrap around here. I would caution you on that. Again, you have to really monitor the temperatures. The hand warmer that I did use and inspect was running about 140 degrees. CO2 capsules, the warning on the box says up to 120 degrees. So again, you want to be careful about putting hand warmers around here, but it can be an effective means for keeping this warm while you're out hunting on a cold day. CO2, once you fire the gun, creates a cooling effect, so to speak, around the individual capsules. And that cooling effect then takes some time before it warms back up again, which then charges everything back up to hopefully ultimate pressures at that point. So again, there are some ways to get around that, but again, I would just caution you about that. It does work though, but again, I would caution you about that. If you give it a little bit of time, typically it'll charge back up to full power. But again, colder days, it's going to have a little bit of a hard time to do that. So I've inserted this all the way, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this all the way in. And you could just hear it. I don't know if you did or not, but it just punctured both capsules. I could feel it bottoming out, and then I'm going to push that over. Now this is fully charged. Again, if you charged this before you screwed it in, it would be very difficult to screw in. So my suggestion is doing it this way. I think it works a lot better. We can then put this back on. I think we can. There we go. There is a little bit of a release lever here on the side that allows you to open that up. Again, we do want to use this charge handle here to charge it. I think Umarex does say to actually pull the handle back and cock it before you insert it. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. Again, you could do it either way, I think. But Umarex, I think, says to charge this handle back and forth before you actually insert the capsules and charge it up. So this is what we have today. And if you give me a moment here, I'm going to get set up. And I'm going to fire some shots into the bag, set up about 25 yards, and we'll see how it does. Stay tuned. All right, well, here you go. 25 yards. Shooting a little bit high today because I think I had it out a little bit farther the other day when I sighted it in. But you can get an idea of the accuracy. Extremely accurate. Again, no problem hunting small game with this. So, I'm going to get back up to the shooting table and let's finish up. Well, all right, there you go. The AirJavelin. A couple things I didn't mention. We want to make sure that when we're inserting the arrow, which just goes over this little tube right here, when you feel it go all the way down and hit bottom and you push it in, there will actually be 2 clicks sealing it around 2 O-rings to make sure you get optimal pressure. Again, I think this is a excellent little gun, as they call it, arrow gun, for not only small game, but also, as you can see, very accurate for target practice. So don't hesitate. Again, CO2 is still valid, and it's still a great charging gas to fire off air rifles and arrow guns. We'll see you next time. Take care.